Back at Norristown Area High School for the Coatsville-Norristown game, and action starting right away. TJ Tolson underneath the basket for Norristown, dribbles off his own foot. Norristown with a 28-24 lead. I'll be joined shortly by my partner John Price. He's enjoying some refreshments from the Birdcage, sponsored by the N Club, sponsored of the Schaefer Showcase with our guest host tonight, John Price. And there's been a lot of action on the court in the first 15 seconds, but no baskets for either team. Capacity crowd here at Norristown, I'd say 400 to 500 strong. And the lobby outside waiting for refreshments is a mob scene. Maurice Allen handling the ball for the Eagles with Marcus Green, Eddie Moore, Wiggins, and TJ Tolson on the floor for the Eagles. And it looks like that's Green for three. Marcus Green with 3 points. Big three-pointer by Marcus Green. And the Eagles take a 7-point lead. As Clarence Bacon dribbles up for the Raiders. Steal by the Eagles. Green and Allen working it. Green with another 2 points. Quick 5 points here for Marcus Green. And the Eagles jump all over the Red Raiders. It's 33-24. Kirkland pulls up for a shot. It's no good. There's going to be a foul underneath. It's going to be against Coatsville.
Norristown starting to pull away a little bit. They're building a little bit on the momentum that they established in the second quarter.
Foul's going to be on number 45, Kirkland. That's his second foul.
Pretty good since Ed Moore hasn't established himself yet down low. I don't feel like they're really firing on all cylinders, and they're pulling away a little bit already.
Foul trouble early for Marcus Green. He had 2 fouls in that first half, but he's come out on fire in the second half here. Tolson underneath, from the feed by Ed Moore. Ed Moore with another assist, and Tolson with another 2 points. Another steal here by the Eagles. That's Wiggins, and Wiggins puts another basket in, and already it's a 13-point lead for the Eagles in Norristown. Derek Green with the ball for the Raiders. Back to Ricky Middleton. Middleton guarded by Marcus Green. Over to Ramsey Stanton. Stanton dribbles in, but he's going to be fouled by Maurice Allen. A little touch foul there. It looks like Stanton put his shoulder down a little bit.
Coatsville wants timeout. They're down by 13 points all of a sudden.
And they need it as the Eagles come out roaring in the second half. Take a commanding 13-point lead, 37-24, as the Norristown Eagle cheerleaders come out on the floor. And that was quick. They're back off the floor again.
That was a good routine.
20-second timeout doesn't afford them the chance to even perform on the floor for us.
Well, right now the leading scorers for Norristown are Marcus Green and James Wiggins. Wiggins is similar to Weldon with the games that we saw him score a lot. Is kind of a quiet scorer. They're guys who just seem to have a good feel for the game, and they happen to be in the right place at the right time a lot.
That's right. They don't have a lot of flair to their game, but they like you said, they're in the right place at the right time. They get the outlet passes, they get the passes underneath the basket, and some of the stray rebounds. And look at this, Dave Rominski making a statement here. The Raiders didn't come out of the huddle on time, and Middleton had to rush to get the ball. That's Allen, the freshman, with the ball, guarded by Maurice Allen for the Eagles. Over to Ricky Middleton. Almost interrupted there by the Eagles, and it is intercepted. Ahead to Maurice Allen. Maurice Allen with an acrobatic move. It's no good. It'll belong to the Raiders.
Maurice was moving so quickly to the basket that he couldn't reel himself back in enough to put a decent touch on that ball. It just carried itself right off the backboard.
Put it right over the front of the rim, didn't use the backboard, and it burned him.
It's as a result of his quickness. Another steal. TJ Tolson's doing a great job.
Tolson with the hands there.
There's Mr. Right Place at the right time again.
James Wiggins, another 2 points for him.
10 tonight. He's the first guy in double figures. Gambling on the steal in the front court. Once again, this Norristown defense manufacturing an offense. It's 39-24. I would be surprised if Norristown converts again, if Coatsville doesn't have to call another timeout.
That's right. They had a 28-24 lead at halftime, and they've shut the Raiders down here in the second half. They've scored 11 unanswered points. Maurice Allen dribbling against Derek Green. Shielded by by Wiggins. Now Allen. Allen dribbles in, and he's going to be fouled. Look like he's going to be on either Chalfant or Green.
Kind of an interesting matchup there because Kirkland is about 6'4", and Maurice Allen's listed at about 5'11".
But we know Allen can get up. We've seen him slam dunk a couple times now.
Right, and he's very quick. He just beat Kirkland to the basket.
Allen goes to the free throw line to shoot 2 to extend the Eagle lead here. The Eagle lead at 15. Now it's 16, hoping to put 17 up there.
Maurice has 6 so far tonight.
Got Middleton, Stanton, Holmes, Allen, and Chalfant on the floor for the Raiders. And Eddie Moore with a rebound. And, Allen comes down on his shoulder. That's John Allen, the freshman from Coatsville. He came down on his shoulder, and good sportsmanship there by Eddie Moore as Allen gets up off the court. Could have been a dangerous injury there. He trapped his arm underneath his body and could have dislocated his shoulder.
It's nice to see Ed Moore, and he pretty much typifies a player, a sportsmanship type player. You don't ever really see him getting on other players or jawing a lot inside. He's not one that's big into shoving and pushing. He basically lets his game speak for himself, and the good ones, the real good ones, basically can let their game speak for themselves without having to back it up with a lot of verbal abuse to the other teams.
I remember when Eddie Moore was a sophomore, I didn't think he had a voice because he never talked in school, and I've never heard him. I hear him talking a little bit more now, but he's still pretty quiet. Quiet giant. No. Allen missed the second one. There's Eddie Moore with a three-pointer. And now it's a runaway. And Marcus Green with another 2 points.
He should have gotten the foul on that one, too.
Quick 5 points for the Eagles, and it's 47-24, and they're making the Raiders look real silly right now.
Coach wants a timeout. Well, he did it first. He should definitely get one.
It's Holmes with the ball. Holmes threads the needle. Stanton misses the dunk. Allen blocked by Eddie Moore. It's going to be a foul on Eddie Moore, but that was a good foul. He went up for the block shot, kept the excitement going. It's going to be his first foul, and there's going to be a timeout by Coatsville. And the Eagles get a big round of applause as they come off the court, and they're really psyched.
Well, they're coming off a 19-0 run. It's amazing, and that's what we've seen. This team is athletic, and they're good enough to be able to score in a spurt like that. 19-0 against a quality opponent like a Coatsville. They were definitely firing on all cylinders, and again, the key, the cornerstone to the success of this team lies in the defense's ability to wreak havoc and create turnovers to result in easy baskets for the offense.
And when the momentum is going, they keep it going, as we see some Plymouth Whitemarsh players walk by here, some with some state champion apparel on, and it looks like some other JV players. Plymouth Whitemarsh coming up on the Eagles schedule. Hopefully we can broadcast that game. We're going to check into that. That's January 2nd here at Norristown. If we can't broadcast it, you should still come out and support the Eagles. And then, of course, we have the Triangle Tournament on December 29th and 30th. Some of the matchups for that game, I believe it's going to be Upper Marion and Norristown playing in the first game, and Conestoga and Kennedy Kenrick in the second game, and then a championship game on the 30th with a consolation game as well.
And if you don't want to come out just to support the Norristown Eagles basketball team, come out for a selfish reason. This certainly is a great level of basketball that we're able to witness here in our local community.
Great District 1 action. 2 great teams here tonight, and we'll have 2 great teams here on January 2nd with Plymouth Whitemarsh being one of the top teams in the area. Allen sinks only one of them, and that's the first point in the second half for the Raiders. Maurice Allen, jump shot, 2 points for him, and it's now 49-25.
That was just a textbook jump shot. I mean, he got his feet under him. He had beautiful lift on the jump, released at the top of the arc. Nice backward rotation.
Ramsey Stanton with a shot. Tolson with a foul, and it might also be a goaltending. Nope, it's not going to be goaltending. He hits that backboard. It's not goaltending, but it will be a foul on TJ Tolson. That's his first foul.
TJ in a supporting role does an absolutely phenomenal job, and we've spoken about him before and his ability on defense, but he is such a presence in there, and he complements Ed Moore very well back there. He's a great, Ed Moore is the supreme defensive player. TJ Tolson's a great defensive player in his own right.
Ramsey Stanton misses the first free throw. It goes for the second one. The left-hander gets the second one. It's 49-26.
Stanton must have been disciplined tonight because he's played every minute of the game except he didn't start, which was a little bit odd.
That's right. Tolson in the corner. Now to Ed Moore with a jump shot, and he's got it.
That's certainly where Ed has made his living tonight. That's his 12th point. all medium range jump shots, and Norristown once again gets set to pounce on this Coatsville offense, creates another turnover.
Taking advantage of every situation is Marcus Green with another layup.
This defense, we saw Abington do a nice job against it, but Coatsville certainly could use some of the Abington players tonight. They are struggling. All of a sudden, Norristown has doubled their offensive output.
Holmes with a shot, no good. Rebound by Allen, it'll be a foul on Tolson. It'll be a shooting foul. Tolson picks up his second foul very quickly. And Josiah Perry comes off the bench for the Eagles, and number 31, Mark Hostutler, comes on for the Raiders, takes over for Ricky Middleton. Middleton, the sophomore, takes a seat on the bench. That's Jesse Chalfant also on the court for the Red Raiders.
Coach McGee has such a luxury. If Tolson gets in foul trouble, he's got a couple players to pick from to substitute in that situation. Wiggins, Perry, Dean, Weldon, Fowler.
We haven't seen Roscoe or Fowler or Vaughn or Dean or Mayo get on the floor yet, but they're patiently waiting on the sidelines, hoping to see some action tonight.
Well, Coach McGee cannot make a wrong decision with whoever he inserts into the lineup.
Allen makes both of them. It's 53-28. Chalfant guards Green. He's chasing him down. That's Wiggins. Wiggins draws the foul.
Coatsville trying to give Norristown a taste of their own medicine by applying full court pressure.
Fouls on John Allen. That's his third foul for the freshman.
Both teams have 4 fouls in this half.
Norristown working it around. Maurice Allen with the ball, guarded by Hostutler. Over to Marcus Green, who's guarded by Jesse Chalfant. Back to Maurice Allen. He's got Perry. Perry decides not to shoot. Out to Wiggins. Referee John Parker calls traveling on Wiggins. Raiders take over now on offense. Hostutler into Chalfant.
Unbelievably aggressive defense right now for Norristown. They had 4 guys in the front court trying to guard against Coatsville bringing the ball up. Ed Moore was left all by himself.
It's Maurice Turner with the ball into Allen, the freshman. Ooh, he's blocked by Josiah Perry. Over to Green, back to Wiggins. Wiggins takes it by himself. Good block by Chalfant. Green picks it up. Harassed by Bryant Moore, number 35.
I'll tell you what, that just showed how quick Marcus Green's hands are. He picked that ball up so quickly.
Shoveled it all off the court and got it back into possession. Perry, ooh, Perry called for traveling. Sort of knew it too. He drug his foot, but couldn't do anything about it. As Ryan Shockley checks into the game and James Wiggins takes a seat. Much deserved break for James Wiggins. He's been a scoring threat here for Norristown all night.
A couple traveling calls have slowed down the surge from Norristown.
Turner dribbling the ball off to number 35, Bryant Moore, who takes a shot. It's no good. It'll belong to Coatsville. Coatsville fans pretty quiet tonight. They don't have a lot to celebrate right now as another timeout, 22nd timeout on the floor. It's 53-28. Norristown with a commanding 25-point lead.
2.5 minutes left to go, Neil, and we've seen these kinds of games out of Norristown a lot this year where it looks like it's potentially in question, and then all of a sudden in the third quarter, or maybe sometime in the second or third quarter, Norristown starts to get on track and pulls away.
They start to tighten the screws, and tonight they've tightened them really tight as Coach Barons is on the sidelines making some hand gestures like it looks like tighten up the screws or something like that, and he keeps them moving. Great support staff over there, Ted Monaco, Dean Barons, and Dana Binky Johnson helping out Coach McGee.
Well, this is a tough situation right now. All of a sudden, Norristown is up by 25 points, and there's an opportunity for the players to get complacent. This is where the coaches earn all that money that they make. Those huge salaries for these high school guys are earned right now, trying to keep the Norristown Eagles hungry.
On that note, we'll move on to the game. A little bit of chicanery or laughter there. Allen with a shot, it's no good. He gets his own rebound, and he's going to be fouled. Looks like it's going to be Josiah Perry. Perry doesn't like the call, but it's too bad. John Parker has the final say.
It's the second time one of Ed Moore's blocks have been negated by a foul by one of his teammates.
Talking to Joe Fabrizio at halftime, he asked me how many blocks Ed Moore had. I said he had 5, and he said, oh, it seems like more than I said yes, but a lot of those blocks come after Ed Moore gets in someone else's face and changes the whole scope of the game. He changes his shot. He gets right in the player's face, and they have to change up on what they were thinking. He'd probably have 10 block shots by now. As Chalfant and Turner collapse and hit each other, and Allen gets a basket there.
He's hurt, I think.
We have an injury timeout here called by John Parker, the referee. Chalfant and Turner collided at midcourt, and
Chalfant seems to be shaking it off, but he and Turner collided, and then Chalfant, as a result, collided with the hardwood floor, which I'm sure didn't feel very pleasant either.
No pads in basketball. Oh, another steal by Maurice Allen. Can we get a dunk out of him? Nope, he's just going to lay it up. He wanted it, he's smiling, he wanted a dunk there. Had to be careful, though. There was a man right on him.
Yeah, I think that the coaches prefer the Norristown players not to dunk, not because they don't want them to have some fun out there, but more likely because they don't want them to get injured as they go up, because so often if you go up and there's a chance to get undercut.
Bryant Moore with a basket. Ed Moore ahead to Maurice Allen. It's going to be out of bounds, belong to Coatsville. Norristown getting a little sloppy here. I guess they can afford it with a 25-point lead, but you don't want to see this lead whittled away slowly by the Raiders.
Maurice Allen taking responsibility for that turnover there. He went up to Ed Moore and told him that it's his fault because he slowed down. Ed Moore's pass kind of led Maurice Allen, and Maurice kind of stopped.
Mark Hostetler gets himself in the box score with 2 points. Allen brings it up for the Eagles.
I think Coach McGee at this point would like them to slow it down a little bit, maybe work for an inside shot.
Shockley looking for more. Stolen by Allen, and they're on the floor wrestling for it now. They kick it out to number 55, Maurice Turner.
Coatsville does a nice job of shutting down the passing lane for Ed Moore on that play.
Bryant Moore back to Stephon Lewis. Inside to Turner. Turner fades, shot no good. Rebound Allen. Allen puts up a shot, no good. It's rebounded by Josiah Perry for the Eagles.
Beautiful pass off the dribble, though, by Coatsville's number 25, Stephon Lewis.
Ahead to Shockley. Back to Green at almost half court. Green dribbles through, dishes to Josiah Perry. Perry fakes, and he's got it.
Perry very patient that time. He takes the extra dribble to set himself up for a better shot.
Closing up the third quarter here. 22 seconds to go. Coatsville waiting for that last shot. It's John Allen, the freshman, with the ball, number 41, over to Stephon Lewis. 15 seconds to go. Clock ticking away. Lewis at the top, guarded by Green. No defense here. Lewis threads the needle all the way for 2. Green with a football pass. More like a shot. It's no good. Third quarter ends 59-36. Norristown with a 23-point lead.
Well, that was an incredible third quarter for Norristown. They held Coatsville to a meager 12 points, and they scored 31 of their own. So that was 31-12 in that quarter.
That's right.
If my math is correct.
That it is.
Should I ask an English teacher about the math on that one?
No, indeed. It's 31. You said 31-12?
Yes.
31-12. Yes, indeed. So Norristown cheerleaders entertain us here during this break between the third and fourth quarter. We have some boys basketball action coming up, but also some girls basketball action as they go to a tournament on the 29th at Kennedy Kenrick High School. And then back home on January 6th versus Pennsbury. That's